afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. It is 2 o'clock. We are coming at you live on YouTube and live on Facebook as we do each and every week to talk about all things building a custom home on your land, maybe in Texas, most likely in Texas. But anyway, both how we handle it and statistically speaking, most likely in Texas. So that's what's going on. I'm Eric Allard. I'm part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined as I am each and every single week, who does all of these things and puts the stuff together and makes it beautiful. Her name is Dawn Dantzler, and she's our Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Hello, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
All good, all good. I see we got the complimenting blue going on.
Yeah, so very good.
We're feeling blue. We're feeling summery. It's lovely. But yeah, so folks, jump into the chat. We want to hear from you. We want to hear where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you are in. And we want to talk about all things building on your land. If you have questions about financing, interest rates, if you've got questions about site preparation, what do I even do to get my place that I've got ready? How do I go about getting a water well or a septic system or a construction drive or getting the lot cleared? And do I need a culvert? And the county says this, and this guy says that. My neighbor says this. I don't have power. These are all things that we're here to answer. You got questions about design changes? Spoiler alert, we're going to talk about that a little bit today. Questions about design changes, we'll answer those questions. But do jump into the chat, folks. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process that you are in. We want to hear from you. That's why we do the show, is to get you all those questions answered. And while y'all are doing that, Dawn's going to tell us what we're talking about today. Dawn, what is the theme of today's show?
So we are going to show off my favorite thing to do, which is showing off our customer homes. So we are going to look at a gorgeous San Jacinto in Denton County that we built for the Trail family. And I'm just so excited to show, because we just love to show you guys like what the end product looks like, give you some inspiration. This home is actually really cool because it has something that we got a lot of questions about on the last episode about doing a downstairs bonus space. And that is something that this family actually did. So just very excited to show off this home, because this is I know it's one of your favorite plans. It's also one of mine.
It is. It's near and dear to my heart. Spent many days, weeks, months, years walking through the San Jacinto there in Spring, Texas. So happy to talk about it. There's and yet here we go again. They've done stuff to it that I've never seen done before, even working there for whatever it was, 8, 10, 12 years. So, but do folks jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. We are live on YouTube, live on Facebook, answering all of your questions related to building a custom home on your land. And we absolutely love your questions. So let's hear from folks. I know we got a couple folks jumping in, but do jump in and tell us what's going on, where you are.
Yeah. All right. We got JMEC saying, howdy, guys. We are so excited. The septic is in, as well as all of the cabinets. The interior doors and trim will be done tomorrow, and we are rolling. Oh, that's exciting.
Very cool.
You can see the end of the tunnel at this point. That's awesome. Yeah. All right. We got Mary saying, howdy from Lampasas County. Hey, Mary.
Hey, Mary, welcome.
We got Denise saying, afternoon from Pearland, building a Canyon D in Chapel Hill. We have a concrete slab.
Right.
Yay. I'm so excited the weather cooperated.
It's good.
You were worried about that last week, so that's awesome.
Long time sneaked it in between rainstorms. That's great. All right, Denise, that's very, very cool. Well, that is the hardest part, is getting that thing out of the ground. Mr. Justin Ordno and his team will be rolling from here on out. So you're going to be in great shape. But yeah, folks, continue to jump into the chat. Tell us where you're watching from, where you're building, what part of the process you are in. We want to hear from you. If you got questions about the San Jacinto, any other plans that we have, maybe even the other San Jacinto, the new San Jacinto?
Yes, the updated one.
Yep. So that's there. But yeah, folks, we want to hear from you. We want to get your questions answered. Anything you want to talk about. We talk about finance. We talk about site preparation, site selection. If you don't have land yet, how does the process even work? Can you buy the land and house together? How does that work? And then, of course, all of the different things, the permitting and all the stuff that goes along with it. We're here to help with every single step of the way. And I guess we can launch. Maybe we're on YouTube, maybe not, who knows. But we're going to launch the show. We're going to start talking about these things. Y'all can drop your questions in as we go, or comments.
All right. Awesome.
There we go.
All right. So the San Jacinto, as Eric hinted at, we have an updated San Jacinto now. So it is in what we refer to at Tilson as legacy status. So we have a elevation that is standard now, and that is the elevation D. And that is the elevation that you would see in spring where the model is located. And then this is what the customer's home looks like. So very, very much that. It is a little bit longer because they added some space over on that one side. So yeah, gorgeous home. The San Jacinto base floor plan is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, just under 2,500 square feet. Some of the things that make it so popular is it does have that dining room space on it, as well as that flex room. The flex room is really what appeals to a lot of people about this plan is, you've got, in addition to already having 3 bedrooms, you've got that flex space in the back that you can use as an office. You can change it into another bedroom, very easily. And it's just a very versatile space. It's got a nice, wide open kitchen into the family rooms. It's got that center island in there and that breakfast area. And just it's a good plan. The master bedroom, master suite's off on the back. And kind of has its own hallway, kind of separate from all of the rest of the bedrooms. So just a great plan, very efficient use of space, packs a lot of room.
A little ahead of its time too. It was used. I sold it to a lot of customers who worked from home before working from home was cool, because they had their own little private suite, entrance, exit, half bath over here that they could not have to meander through the rest of the house or be disturbed while they're working. So. Very, very, like Don said, versatile plan. We've got some custom options where you can make this like a mother-in-law suite if people want to do that. So yeah, very, very cool plan.
Yep.
And I can go through it blindfolded, quite frankly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And then just a lot of nice built-in features like that box beam ceiling with the cedar wrap in the family room. It's got that stone wall in the kitchen. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous home.
Nice.
So here are the changes that this customer made. So they did add on a 2-car garage. And with that, they added in some things to make sure that entrance into the home that would have been in the exterior has like a little hallway in the garage. So it is inside and enclosed. In the dining area space, they actually created kind of a coffee bar, beverage bar area. So they extended the stone that's on the rest of the wall of the kitchen all the way over into that dining area space and put some extra cabinetry and countertops there. It looks really nice. They did what we had designed as the alternate kitchen at that time. So they took away the center island and went to one larger island that's all one level. And then they relocated the covered porch that would have been where the garage is, so that it is off of the family room with entrances from the dining room and their master bedroom suite. They also changed up the master suite and went with the alternate option, which moves the bathroom, moves the bathroom so that it borders bedroom 4, puts the bedroom itself to the back of the home, and gives you a great big walk-in closet with doing that. So change that up a little bit. In the family room, they added in a fireplace with a stone surround that goes all the way to the ceiling. And they actually did a cathedral ceiling instead of those box beams in their family room. And then with that dining room area, they actually converted that into a mother-in-law suite with its own full bath. So kind of removed a coat closet there to create an entry. So they have this nice private guest in-law suite away from all of the other bedrooms. And then, like I was saying at the beginning, they actually created a game room, bonus space area on the first floor. So they tucked that back behind the flex room over next to the garage. So it's nice and separate from the rest of the living area. So noisy teenagers can be far, far away.
That's right. And bumped it up about 500 square feet. So they're just bumping just right at 3,000 feet.
Yep. And at the end, they've got 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths.
A lot.
Gorgeous home.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go check it. Y'all keep dropping your questions and comments in the chat. We want to hear from you.
All right. Here we go.
Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Tilson Home Tours. My name is Nidia Vega and I'm here with Morgan Trail, and we are here to tour their beautiful, aka my favorite plan, the San Jacinto plan in Denton County. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the exteriors. What inspired you to choose that?
So the exterior, we wanted to go with a timeless exterior so that we could always stay in line with what's coming next with the remodels and the different phases that'll come in and out. So we chose stone, we chose board and batten, but then we're way out in the country on 10 acres, so we wanted to go with, the colors that match out in the openness. So you'll see the greens and the beiges and the browns and things like that.
Great, so now let's go and talk about your beautiful kitchen.
Yeah.
I noticed you changed a lot of the things from the custom plan. I can see you added a lot of cabinetry and you pick and choose some features of other plans. So tell me
Yes.
more about that.
We did. So we toured a lot of other plans and we ended up choosing kind of like the exterior, a timeless look inside as well. So we went with the stone, we went with the wood, we also went with countertops that kind of wrapped everything together. But other floor plans that we really liked on the inside is going to be the Breckenridge, the rock wall, the canyon. So you'll see a lot of different models on the inside. And the idea was to take all of these floor plans to create something timeless so that we don't have to keep up with the remodeling and it matches nature and just feels homey.
I can see all of those models around the house. And one of the things that is not like other models is this beautiful coffee area.
Yes.
This is not something that we see in a lot of our plans. So what inspired you to have this?
I wanted to go with an area that is reflective of our entertaining lifestyle. So we really like to have friends and family over around this huge island, and you know, whether that be with coffee or with wine or what have you, I wanted to have somewhere that was able to offer that for us.
Great. The colors are beautiful, the stone and the combination with your granite and your cabinets, it's just amazing. What about that area? Did you like that? It's
Yes.
part of the plan.
Yes, that is part of the plan, but that's also part of the Breckenridge plan. So
Right.
whenever we were in the Breckenridge and we saw I think it's called something like a butler pantry with the shelves that come
pull-outs,
out.
yes.
And there's 3 sections of the pantry, which is really, it keeps me organized with everything. So I really liked that look, especially because it keeps it very seamlessly flowing.
And kind of a little bit away from
Yes.
all what's happened in the
Yes.
kitchen. So pretty cool. So let's go and look at your beautiful family room.
Okay.
The first thing I noticed when I came into your house was that amazing fireplace. And like you said, it's like the Breckenridge.
Yes.
So definitely a statement piece. What inspired you to choose this?
So the fireplace to me was really important because this is where we spend a lot of family time. And so as we were thinking about the stone, we really wanted it to go all the way up because it really highlights the cathedral ceiling.
Right, that is a feature that the stock plan does not have. So you guys made that change, which definitely opens everything
Yes.
up and gives you that statement piece right there for
right.
everybody to focus and gather in this beautiful family room. And I noticed the floor. You have engineered hardwood floor. A lot of people's afraid of putting them in the kitchen, but I see that you carry that all throughout. Were you scared of picking the hardwood on the kitchen?
No, I wasn't. I was really more wanting such a flowing look and to keep true to the theme of nature and out in the country. I knew that the hardwoods nowadays are so strong and durable that, I mean, it's okay to go ahead and do that. I didn't want tile just because it didn't really go with some of the features that we upgraded. So wanted to stay with the hardwood all throughout and then match the flooring to the wood pieces all throughout in addition to the cathedral ceiling, and then bring the stone all together.
It looks amazing, and those big windows showing your donkeys and your property is just gorgeous. So great family room. Like I said, this is my favorite plan, so now I'm gonna have to copy you all those ideas. What about, let's go and look at your master bedroom.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I love what they did with the kitchen.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Yeah, that's
All
really
right.
amazing.
Here's the outside of their home. So kind of what we saw before, but giving you a little bit of a different angle. But I love with the San Jacinto that big front porch, and the way we've got the stone and the wood accents along with the board and batten. Just such a classic look. I liked. She kept saying that we were trying to make sure that we weren't chasing trends, and kind of picking something that was more
Yeah.
timeless. And
Super
I
smart.
think they did a great job with all of their selections on that.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to change up paint, not so much cabinets and
Right.
countertops and stone. Here is their kitchen, which just turned out amazing. I love the addition of making that whole wall.
It looks
Their
so
cabinets.
old world. It looks great. I love
It's
it.
great. It looks like it was meant to be that way, like from the beginning. Like I think this is an option. We should be pushing this at more people. Like, did
Yeah,
you
I mean, I don't think we mentioned it as we went around
know?
the horn, but they went down to one dining area, which is a
Mhm.
ton of people anyway.
Yeah.
My house, I don't have one dining area. It's all you need, especially living out on 10 acres. Like you don't need a formal dining room. And
Well, especially when your kitchen dining room combo is this big, they've got all of that seating space at the island. That is a huge table that they've got in the dining space, just lots of room to spread out. And then I also pulled a picture of, we talked a lot about that pantry space, the wall cabinet pantry. So I pulled it so that you can see kind of what's inside that cabinet. And all of those shelves are actually pull-out trays. And that's how this plan is designed to be. So lots of storage in there, very easy to access if you don't want that traditional pantry.
yeah, it's really cool. And like you said, it does help you organize. And you can get to all the things that are in the back that you can't get to when you stack the things in front of them. And that's a really, really cool feature.
Yeah, very cool. I think they did a great job with
Lots
their
of
changes here.
customizations, even in the island. You've got, the doors on the ends. You've got storage here. I mean, you got a lot of storage in this kitchen.
Yep.
And not
Absolutely
lost on me is
amazing.
the beautiful Clase de Azul bottles. Impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah. Very nice.
I'm proud of Nydia for, not taking them. So that's really cool. I guess we haven't got to end the video yet. Maybe she did. And folks, this is the first place you get to see these videos. These aren't posted to our YouTube channel or Vimeo or anywhere until they're shown here first. So you folks that join us, sneak peek, you get to see it first.
Yep. Absolutely.
In the know.
And then there's a closer look at that dining area, so you can see that beverage bar space, the coffee bar with their their beverage fridge, and just a great space. I love how they did this. And then the family room, which, like Nydia mentioned, the cathedral ceiling was not an option in the San Jacinto, but they wanted it, so our drafting team figured out how to make it happen for them. And I love that the stone fireplace surround all the way to the ceiling with their wood burning fireplace.
Yeah, I like the way it tapers, and you pointed out this is an actual wood burning fireplace, and kudos to them for. I don't know, is that a TV, but it has artwork on, and I can't tell, or is that actual art? Who knows? But I do like the TVs now that kind of show art.
Show the artwork,
or in our case, random pictures, which is not always art. Where did that come from?
It's the art they picked. It's fine.
That might get deleted from the Amazon account.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks sharp. Great looking. And yeah, I mean, this is right out of the Breckenridge, folks. I mean, this is, if you were to look at the Breckenridge, this is exactly what's in there. And it looks really, really nice. So very cool.
Yeah. And I always love showing off, if you've got that one feature that you saw in one of our models or one of our homes that you love, we can very easily incorporate it, into the plan that works best for you guys.
Yeah. Because like Nydia pointed out, this is not one of the custom options on the San Jacinto, or was at the time when it was one of our plans, but you certainly have the attic volume to do it, and you can, cathedral ceiling is no problem.
Yeah.
In this house.
And then you've got those large windows to look out the back to see the donkeys, and everything that's going out on the property. So
yep.
Just an awesome space.
Very nice. Oh, we have some comments.
We do. So we'll say hey to some people.
Adrian.
All right. We got Farron and Adrian. They're building an Arlington C in Waller County, and it's coming along amazingly well.
Oh, wow.
Painted,
Cool.
Waiting on electrical inspection for that, then insulation and drywall. Oh,
very cool. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and congratulations.
Thanks. And then we've got Lexi. He says, good afternoon from Matagorda County. I'm interested in working with Tilson Homes. Awesome. Then you are in the right place. And this is the perfect one to kind of see some of the things that we're capable of and the customizations we can make for you. But let us know what questions you have. We got Sophia saying hi, getting ready for our color appointment with Michaela soon for our future home in Bernie. Awesome.
You will love that.
Yeah, that's the best appointment. We got Mary saying we're in the early stages working with Tilson. We're prepping our land with the utilities, with electric and water next week, and have septic already mapped out but not installed yet. Question is, we see most septics are installed by the home, but our septic is mapped out further away from where we plan to build. With the elevation of our property, the homestead location is elevated higher than the septic. Is it okay for the septic to sit further away?
It is, Mary. Yeah, it's okay. And obviously downhill is better. So that's a good thing. And we'll get those grade shots as well. There are some calculations that the plumbing code gives us that we'll need, because you need enough fall that water will go down to the septic system from the home, from the sewer stub out, but not too much fall that water goes too fast and leaves the solids behind. So there are some calculations that we'll do to make sure kind of where the top of the septic would need to be relative to where the sewer stub out of the house would be. So further away than what you've seen in a lot of our pictures is okay. Too far away might be too far away without having to use a grinder pump. There is no such thing as too far away. We can it can be uphill if you need it to be, but then you will have to look at installing a grinder pump, which physically moves the material and the water uphill, or gives it a boost to move it further towards where the septic system is. But yeah, it does not have to be. In fact, at the Lone Star model in Republic Grand Ranch, like it's
far.
It is not by the house.
Yeah.
So not a problem. Great question. And yeah, so if that answer yields any more questions, holler. Yeah, we'd love to answer your questions, Mary. That's great. Y'all are doing a lot of homework up front. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Tell us where it is too. I'm curious.
Yeah. And Farron and Adrian are saying, side note, this build has been so smooth and seamless thanks to Greg, Ashley, and David from beginning to now. We appreciate them, and they are awesome representatives for Tilson. Wanted to let you know. Oh,
thank you very much.
That.
We'll pass the word along to it. Not that they don't know they're great, but
yeah. And then we've got Keith celebrating that they just closed today. They're B County, and I'm gonna guess got him because it does it to me on my phone all the time. I'm gonna guess you're in a Resoria. But that's awesome. That's so exciting. Congratulations. Send us pictures.
Thank you for trusting us too, Keith. That's cool. Thank you very much. Yeah. Awesome. Well, folks, y'all keep dropping your questions, comments into the chat. We got some great questions and things going on like that. So we're going to keep checking this house out.
Yeah, we're going to look at the main bedrooms next.
Let's go.
All right, looking at your master bedroom, I noticed how big it feels. You have a king size bedroom. I noticed that you changed the layout from the stock plan to the alternate master bedroom and bathroom, and you added a little bit of space.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Yes, so the ceiling feature was a really big selling point for the master in the alternate option. So it gave us the extra space because we have very large furniture in here, and we wanted this to feel more of like a master retreat. We don't have anything else in here, so we just went with the alternate, which allowed us to give us not only the extra square footage, but it also helped us enlarge the master bathroom. So that was important.
It definitely feels like a retreat space. The one thing I love is that back door, so this gives you access straight to your back patio. Who came with the idea?
So that was my husband's idea. That was his favorite part throughout the whole process of picking out the plans and making sure we had it customized to what we wanted. And it's still his favorite part of the whole house, having exterior access to the patio from the master bedroom.
That should be great, waking up in the morning and just going to have your coffee out
that's
there.
right. That's right.
Perfect. Well, what about if we go and take a look at your master bathroom? This is an amazing bathroom. I see a few differences from the stock plan, but once you enter, you see this beautiful garden tub and the split vanities. That's really neat. But what did you change from the stock plan?
Yeah, so a couple of different things here. So the difference in the vanity heights, because my husband is 6 feet and I'm 4'11", so his vanity is going to be taller, my vanity is going to be a little shorter. We also framed all the mirrors throughout the bathrooms to match the cabinetry. The cabinetry and the countertops actually match the kitchen as well throughout all the bathrooms so that it continues the flow. And then we added the additional storage in this cabinetry section for the master. And again, this alternate master gave us more square footage so we could enlarge our shower and just have still that retreat feel for the master ensuite.
You definitely accomplished that, having that view to the back of your beautiful property and having this space. Your shower is amazing. It's perfect size with that bench, with your tub. It really feels like you're in a spa. And I get this. My husband is 6'7" and I never make the 5. So wonderful. I love that. I'm really thinking I'm gonna copy all your ideas. So now I wanna go and see what you did in your kids' bedrooms.
Okay.
Here we go. Let's go. So coming to this area, the bathroom for the separated, the secondary bedrooms are right here. It is really nice and big for a secondary bathroom, and like you said, everything matches and it makes everything flow really well. It's really nice and big, so I really love this feature of this plan. You guys did great. Let's go to this bedroom. All right, so this is the first secondary bedroom, and one of the things I like about this room is the higher ceilings. They're higher than the other two, which it will be perfect for your daughter.
Yes.
I will pick the same, so I like this about this room.
Yes, so when we were selecting the floor plan, I wanted a kind of a kid's wing. So there's 3 kids' bedrooms right in a row that all share the one full bath. So this is my oldest teenager's room. So she got the 10-foot ceilings, and then the other 2 kids' bedrooms are the standard ceiling heights.
Perfect, let's go and take a look.
Okay.
All right, so this is the 4th bedroom. Standard size,
Yes.
standard height. I think it's just pretty cool for boys.
Yes, yes. Well, yeah, with the 3 bedrooms, we did 2 that were just standard and the 1 that has the raised ceiling heights, but this is a standard bedroom, so again, he can make it individual to what he wants.
Yes, fits everything perfectly. It's not tight
No.
at all.
Yeah.
So now I'm excited about the next part. You have some really cool features that you made on the other side of the house.
Yes.
Let's go and check them out.
All right. So
Nice.
here is their gorgeous master bedroom. Like she said, they had really large furniture in this space, and you wouldn't know it. It's very large, doesn't feel crowded at all.
No.
And one of the things I actually really like about this plan is the way the ceiling goes over that window. So you've got those large windows. In this case, looking at the back of the property, but you've got some interesting visual interest just with the different things going on with the ceiling there.
Yeah, it's a real pretty. And, their colors are fantastic. I mean, the warm wood tones. I love the engineered wood. I'm a believer.
Yep.
It's in the kitchen. It's everywhere. Like I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I love this. It's very, very timeless, very old world, like you said, just very, very beautiful. And here's their bathroom. So like they were talking about, you've got that beautiful soaking garden tub with the window overlooking the back. And then you also have that large walk-in shower. And they did go ahead and raise the vanity height on one of them, like they talked about. And I like the separation of these vanities. So you very clearly got his space and her space, and nobody's going into anybody else's space.
Right.
And then
because it's always the guy encroaching.
100%. Your hair products are everywhere.
Hey, they are everywhere, both of them. I'm the 10-in-1 bottle guy.
Yeah, but yeah, just gorgeous.
Yeah, this
Lots
turned
of
out
space.
fantastic. Tub's still a great focal point. Obviously, we do the cabinet fronts there on here, which is it's kind of a tasteful way to be able to. Again, we are all about servicing our products, and if we have to get it in here and work on any of the plumbing or access anything like that, it's done in a very tasteful and clean way. Breaks up the tile. Otherwise, you're cutting into tile. So
Yeah, you don't want to be pulling off tile if you've got some type of leak or plumbing issue going on.
because this is actually on
that's no
2
fun.
exterior walls, so there really isn't another place to go access it. You definitely don't want to start tearing off brick or stone or hardy plank to get to your tubs.
Yeah, you don't want to destroy your tub.
Ideally, nothing happens, but we live in the real world. So
when it does, you want to be able to get to it quick.
yes, indeed. So thinking all the way through.
All right, awesome. So here is the boys' bedroom that they were showing. So this is one of the, like she said, the standard size that's on the plan, and this is one of the ones that's got the 9-foot plate height, but still very large bedroom, lots of space.
Yeah, and this is what my room would look like if I lived on 10 acres growing up. I need a place to get horizontal. That's it. Like
That's it. I don't need anything else. I'll be outside.
No, yeah, you'll never see me there.
And then this is the other bedroom that has that standard ceiling height. And yeah, this has just got to be a dream for that little girl. I love that. Love that bed and the little playhouse setup
Cool.
that she's got built in the slide. And yeah, this would have been my dream room when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, just gorgeous. Lots of space.
Just a quick correction, Dawn, on the last bedroom here. You said it was 8 feet. It's actually, it was 9 feet. It's actually 8 feet.
Oh, sorry. 8 feet.
Okay, all good. Just so someone doesn't call out the minutes and seconds in 3 weeks.
Yeah, sorry. I'm shorter, so it feels that way to me. I don't know.
I was stunned to hear that she said she's 4'11" because I know Nydia well, obviously, and I'm like, they look about the same.
Yeah.
Miss Nydia mentioned she's never hit that 5-foot mark. She's working on it. Working on it.
Love that. And then this is that front bedroom. That was for the teenager who I'm impressed at how clean this room is. I have teenage girls myself, and they are not this clean. I feel like we cleaned up for us.
I think Miss Trail runs tight ship.
If not, Miss Trail's very lucky, yeah. But yeah, just beautiful. And then this one is the one that's got the higher ceiling, so it just feels even bigger than it is.
Yeah, this is a great room. Shows really well. The windows are beautiful. Lots of natural light. It's a really, really cool space.
Yeah.
I see they went with a taller baseboard as well and wider casing, which is real nice.
Mm-hmm. Looks good. And then this is the bathroom that they share. So yeah, just lots of space and gorgeous.
Yeah, pretty spot. Very pretty spot. All right, we got a couple of...
We do have a couple questions. All right. So Mary is sharing that her property is about 5 miles outside of Lametta.
So yeah, it's kind of halfway between Lampasas and Santa Saba. That's a pretty spot.
Nice. And then Deborah is saying, hi, we're building in Blanco County. We're very happy with how our Magnolia plan is coming together. We should have countertops installed hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, that'll be beautiful.
That'll be great.
Thanks for sharing.
And we've got Jennifer saying she makes a good point about vanity height. Are the vanity heights standard? If so, what is the height?
Okay, so there is a standard vanity height, and it does vary by plan a little bit, but the minimum that they're going to be like in a bathroom, let's say, would be like 32-ish inches with the countertop on it. Whereas if they are the raised or taller ones, they're 36 inches, which are basically just the same height as a kitchen countertop. So typical vanity countertops are about 4 inches shorter than the kitchen one, but it does vary by plan for us. But yeah, in this one, they did raise the one of the two up to more comfortable height, shall we say, for a 6-foot fella.
For taller folks.
Yeah.
All right.
Wash our faces from time to time. It does happen.
I believe you.
Or we just shave the dirt off of it. Doesn't matter.
That's the extra products that you've got all the way over on the other side of the sink. Yeah.
Products.
Yeah. Products.
I think everybody watching the show can tell Eric doesn't use any product. You like watch these starting 5 years ago, and they're like, my, he's grayer, wiser.
Yes, we've gotten smarter. That's what it is. Experience.
I didn't say that.
All right. J-Mix says this house is gorgeous and these folks have good taste. I agree. That coffee bar area makes me glad we expanded ours.
Yeah, it turned out great. Thanks, Jason.
And then Mary's asking if the decision not to place the HVAC water heater and water filtration system in the attic, how big of a space is needed?
Okay, so HVAC alone, this is depending. This is assuming you only have to have one in your house. HVAC alone, we need about 5.5 by 5.5 feet of space minimum. So water heater, you need about, and it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be in the same space. The water heater can be in a different part of the house. It needs about 2 foot by 3 feet, especially if it's gas. If it's gas, it has to have its own combustible airspace. So it has to have like AC registers coming to it. But 2 by 3 is the minimum there. It has to have a door on it. And then water filtration, again, we don't have a spec on that. Not everybody uses a water filtration system, but if you do, you can do that either in the well house, like where you have the well, or you can do it. We have customers that do it in the garage. I rarely see any kind of water filtration system in an attic. It's typically where the water comes into the house, so maybe a utility room in some cases, or something like that. I say that in my Airbnb, I have it in the attic, but they ain't a whole lot of space. It's tiny.
Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. These are great questions.
Yeah, great questions. Very good questions, Mary. All right. Well, guys, keep dropping the questions into the chat. We want to hear every single one of them, and comments, of course.
All right, and we're going to check out the rest of the house.
Let's go.
All right, so I can see that you changed the dining room.
Yes.
It's not quite the mother-in-law or the in-law suite. You made it your own.
Yes.
So I want to see what you did with it.
So when we were thinking about what we needed, we don't use a dining room. We haven't used a dining room in probably a decade. But we do have a lot of friends and family that come visit us, and so we wanted to create an in-law suite. And so this is the 5th bedroom, and it's something that we customize completely. It's not an option, so we had to customize it completely. I think this started as a coat closet with the dining room.
Right.
So we made this a 5th bedroom with an entry, and you'll see it has a full bath and a full closet, so that whoever comes to stay with us feels like it's better than a hotel.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. And what I love about this plan is the flex area. But if you want to do the custom option
Right.
or the in-laws, it takes it away.
That's right.
So you kept the in-laws with a very nice bathroom, but also still use the flex area for
That's
your
right.
office.
For
so
my
I love
yes.
that.
And then this also has the 10-foot ceilings, like in one of the other bedrooms, so that the in-law suite feels more like a retreat. Yes.
So let's go and take a look what you did with that office.
Okay.
All right, so this is the flex room that you turn into your office, and I just noticed that the 15 light door you added, which is really cool. A lot of the floor plans that you see nowadays, they have the study of the front of the house.
Yes.
So you have this a little bit of on the back of the house, and it seems like it's small, but it's just perfect for
Yes.
what you needed.
Yes, and that's what went into this flex room space, because working from home a couple days a week, I needed somewhere that could be, just sweet and quiet, and where I could block everything else out. And so this was a plenty space. It looks small, but really, working from home, this is perfect.
This is just, and it's great. And like I said, this just feels like a real office and not in the front of the house.
Right.
I love that. Now let's go and check out the amazing game room that you have.
Okay.
Look at this game room. This is an amazing place. One of the things our floor plans have, we do have bonus room or game rooms. Most of them you're gonna see them on the second floor.
Right.
But having it here,
Yes.
in the opposite side of the house, on
Yes.
the first floor, amazing idea. You nailed
Yes.
it. So tell me how you came about this idea.
So as we were looking through a bunch of the model homes, you're right, a lot of the game rooms were upstairs. So as we started thinking, as the kids get older and they move out, we're not really gonna wanna go upstairs to entertain. So we thought, what if we customize this next to the garage and use this space and put the game room downstairs? And then we thought, we'll place it here to be at the complete opposite end of our master, so that the kids can come in here and have fun and be loud and play games, but then we can retreat whenever we want and we don't have to hear the noise. And so that's kind of what went into the thought process of putting it on the first floor.
I love it. And it's big enough that you have your TV, your entertainment, your music, and then a space to just chill.
Yes.
I love the swing you have there. Love it. And I see this amazing ceiling treatment you did. It's vaulted ceiling. How did you come up with the idea?
So interestingly enough, we originally started with the standard 8-foot ceiling in here, but as we got into construction and we were noticing the different feels of the different rooms, that's when, before we got finished with the framing, I thought, maybe a vaulted ceiling would be better, because the length and the width of this room is so big. I didn't want it to feel like a cave. I wanted it to feel open and entertaining, and so we chose to go with the vaulted ceiling, even though it was after construction. But Tilson and everybody was so wonderful throughout the process. They were like, absolutely, let's draw it up, let's get it done. And so we went with it, and it makes me so happy, because it does exactly what I thought it would do.
It is amazing. It definitely, you did right. This would have felt so much more cozy. So this opens it up and it looks amazing. Let's go and wrap it up in the kitchen.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's wrap up. There's a few things we have not talked about, like the utility room. It is like the standard plan, and I love that you just pulled everything the same like the rest of the house.
Yep, same countertop, same cabinetry, standard utility room, yes.
And what I also love is how you changed this from the original plan.
So yes, the exterior doors is a customization. It allowed us to have both exterior doors coming out from opposite ends onto the patio. And I want to give a shout out to my builder, Joe. Come on over here, Joe, because of all the customizations that we put you through.
Thank you. How are y'all doing? I'm Joe with Tilson Home, I'm a builder up here in North Texas. I had a pleasure building this home. There was several customization options that were really fun to navigate through. And I really thank you as a builder. You know, we present you the closed house. It was very nice to come in here and see all the furniture and see how it turned out.
Yeah, Joe was great, Tilson was great, so thank you for giving us this opportunity.
And thank you so much again for inviting us to see your wonderful home.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and we hope to make you part of the Tilson family soon. Bye.
All right. So yeah, just beautiful. Here's a shot of the foyer that we didn't get to see, but this is the gorgeous entry into the home. So nice space to come in. This is a little bit narrower because they did steal some space to make that guest bedroom that they've got going. So usually you would have two side lights there that would make the space a little wider. And Eric wanted to jump straight to the in-law suite, so we can.
Of course, my favorite place.
Yes. So this is that guest bedroom, and I love that they did that. I kind of chuckled a little bit when she was talking about we haven't used a dining room in 15 years because I think that's pretty accurate to the last time I used mine. But it's nice to have that space and that they created it into something that was useful for them. And this is just a gorgeous space that they made here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Great place for guests to be. And then there's that full bathroom that is attached and private for that suite. And then there's that flex room office space, which I agree there. It's the right size for an office. You're working from home. You're probably not having people come and visit you in there. Doing all that stuff. So yeah, plenty of space for an office. And I too like the way that it's away from the entrance of the home. Cause I remember in my house where my office was near that front door, I always ended up being the one answering the door and doing all of that stuff. So it's nice to be a little bit secluded and away from the hustle and bustle that's going on in the rest of the house. Yeah. So just beautiful. And then there is that game room, which is just a great space for them to just hang out. And clearly they've got some basketball going on. They've got the Connect 4 on the wall. It's a very cool space. I know you were drooling over all the guitars.
I was, yeah. We got a little Marshall amp, we got a Marshall stack over there going on. We got we got acoustic, we got electric. It might be a Gibson back in the back, but yeah. So this is really cool what they did. Big space. I mean, I went and looked at the plan just real quick. It's like 15.6 by just under 22 feet. So, I mean, it's big.
I think it's the full length of the garage. So
yeah, it is. Yeah. So it's right at 22. And so I think the family room in this house is like 18 by 20. So it's not far off of the like another family room. And yeah, because this house is gabled on the end, those roof rafters would have been going up that way anyway. So I can see where she went in and was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, we do this differently. So good vision on Miss Trail's part. Yeah.
It's a great catch. But yeah, just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. I like the hanging chair too on the
I do too. That is really neat.
Got that Dallas Stars flag up there. Got the hockey thing going on in North Texas. It's a foreign concept to us bottom dwellers in Southeast Texas. We don't get the hockey. But it's a big deal and they're a good team and it's all wonderful.
But yeah, this is a great space. You can tell they do a lot of entertaining and they've definitely designed.
We can dream of having ice in Texas, like manufacture it this time of year.
All right. And here's the outside of their home. So you see that back porch they put on and then also added some uncovered patio space for outdoor entertaining. And then you can see they're gorgeous. I love the garage doors they put.
Love it. Yeah.
So
I mean, that's absolutely. Yeah. You don't see a lot of our customers that choose different garage door styles, but we offer them. Kind of that wood look and it turned out it's really, really pretty.
Yep. Just a gorgeous home.
Goes with the rest of the house, like all the beams and the posts, and it's a great way to
tie it all together. Yeah,
accent that. Very nice.
And thank you to the Trail family for sharing with us. This is their closing ribbon cutting pictures that they took with Alicia up there. So
I think I have the same rocking chairs, identical. Anyway, all right. So yeah, this house turned out beautiful. So.
Thank you so much for letting us share it.
Yeah, thank you all very much for letting us share this with, and for trusting us to begin with and build the house. And then, sharing your
absolutely. Space. All right, and we've got Marion saying that's so awesome that Tilson was so open to all these changes, even at the framing stage. If I ever build again, I would go with Tilson. Awesome, thank you. And Mary's saying, looking forward to going to the Muddy Boots home tour this Saturday to actually see the craftsmanship firsthand.
She read your run of show.
She did. Like, I'll go ahead and put the QR code up. She gave me the perfect transition. So we do still have a few spaces left. So we are having a Muddy Boots tour in Rysel, I think is how you say that, and that's about 20 minutes outside of Waco.
It's a speed trap. Be careful.
Okay, so follow the speed limits. I'll put that in our email when we give everybody the location.
I can vouch.
Okay. Eric's banned apparently.
Usually 90 days at a time. It's called deferred adjudication, and it's a real thing here.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, this is how you can register. We do still have a few spots left. And this is we love it when we can do this, but it is rare that we get to do it, that a customer has agreed to let you into their house when it's under construction, and you can see everything that's going on in the walls, how we do all of our mechanicals, how we do our insulation, all of that stuff. And one of our builders, Hunter Bates, will be out there kind of talking you through how we put that home together and why we choose to do the things that we do. So
It will be warm.
great
Dress
opportunity.
accordingly.
Yes, it will be warm. We're going to have some cold water on there, but definitely, if you have handheld fans and all of that stuff, please bring them. All right. And then Faith is saying that the office is the perfect size as long as it has room for a doggy bed. Yes, absolutely.
It had a little nook in the back. I saw, that way the dogs can look at it and not sleep on it, which is what they do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, mine sleep next to it. I think I told you about before. I have this fancy raised one that's like, it's for show. They look at it and go, no, thank you. And then they pull the blankets off my chair and sleep on those.
Yeah, that's heresy. Absolute heresy.
Yes. And then Faith is asking, Eric, are we learning that you may play guitar? Faith, we talk about that a lot.
Faith, I'm a rhythm guy, not a lead guitar guy. I'm definitely rhythm.
Awesome.
Not vocals. Deep backup vocals. Way back.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. So, all right, folks, we'll do kind of a last call for questions. We got a couple other things going on we want to talk about, but if you want to go hit that Muddy Boots tour out in Roswell, Texas, scan this and we'll get you signed up for that. Very informative, and like I said, it is cool, kind of the peek behind the sheetrock. We're not building a model home. This is how we can accomplish that. And definitely worth going to see. And Hunter Bates is an absolute stud when it comes to our construction assets, all of our construction team.
One of the finalists for Builder of the Year for the state.
Exactly. So, so definitely check that out. What else is going on, Dawn? What else is happening this upcoming
So we have 2 other design centers that are doing seminars on site. So our Katy office is going to do the general built on your lot. So if this is all kind of a brand new concept for you, this is a great one to attend because they're going to walk you through the whole process of how this whole thing works. And then our Melissa office is going to be doing a presentation about the Easy Buy program. So also a good one to go see.
So, and all those things, including the Muddy Boots tour, those are fantastic to attend, folks, because not just because great information you get, but you get to mix it up with other people that are doing a common thing. They're all doing the exact same thing that you're thinking about doing. So there's safety in numbers. You can bounce ideas off each other. You can ask questions, or maybe you will ask a question that they were thinking about or didn't think about. So it's a really good opportunity to meet like-minded people and find out kind of why they're doing what they're doing, and build that community that we've built here, that Dawn has built here online as well. So anyway, I highly encourage you to attend those events, and they're very low key. It's not a trap. We're not going to sneak a house in the back of your car where you're not looking. We might get a casita in there, but definitely not a whole house. So anyway, attend those. And as always, the journey does not have to end here. We got a website that Dawn and her team have built that's open 24/7. It's the front porch of Tilson Homes. You got new home specialists on standby to answer your high-level questions, help you schedule an appointment. They can text with you, help you kind of get started down the path of your true independent lifestyle, build those memories. We also have an Instagram page. We have a Facebook page, as most of you know. We have a YouTube channel that has hours and hours and hours, hundreds of hours of content on there. And I was actually just reading a Guild quality review earlier today about how someone was commenting that they learned so much from
That's awesome.
Watching those things. So that's really cool. And
that is cool.
You can fast forward through us. You don't have to just sit there and watch it.
You can even turn us up to like 1.5 times speed if you want us to like get to the point.
Yes, you can. And that's quite entertaining. So anyway, do all those things. We have 12 design centers open 7 days a week. That's why we built those model homes, folks, is so they are staffed with highly trained, highly qualified personnel to answer your questions and sketch out those changes. All the changes like the trails made here, those are hand done by our team there in Melissa, Texas. So yeah, you sit across the desk from them and they literally sit there, and we have our price book up and we tell you item by item what it's going to cost, what level wood floors or tile or backsplash or light fixtures, plumbing fixtures. We have it all there on site at every single one of our locations. So we make it in a way that's not overwhelming to you. So it's a very fun thing to do. So we have a couple more comments. And
We do. Which I'm
Shoot.
trying to find an. I'm trying to find an answer for one of them real quick.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty. Okay, let's see. So we have J-Mick saying, once again, Tilson has outdone themselves. I think it's cool that she included her builder in this video. I feel exactly the same way about Danny. He communicates constantly. Mariah also stays in touch. To everyone out there, let me say this. Tilson really does make you feel like you're part of something special. If you're on the fence, don't be. This experience has been easy and seamless. Oh, thank you.
Jason. Appreciate you, buddy.
We got Nydia saying congrats to the Trail family. It was my pleasure doing this tour with them. I love their home. Yeah,
and thank you for doing the
beautiful.
tour.
Thank you for doing it, Nydia.
Yeah.
You did a great job. We're gonna have to get you out there more often.
Yeah.
We got Jennifer saying we're about 2 weeks away from getting our final plan back from drafting. What tips or advice do you have before this meeting?
My biggest tip is don't second guess yourself. That's my biggest tip. Stay with your first instinct and your first choices, because you can overwhelm yourself, get full on paralysis by over analysis. Don't do that. Stick with your gut and the changes that you made, and you're probably going to be good to go. That's really, I know that's probably kind of bland advice, but that really is, in my experience, the happiest customers are the ones that don't constantly make other changes, pick it apart. Do look at your electrical. Your sales will guide you through that. If there are specific outlets, specific places that you want outlets, that's a great time to do that. I used to say where like the TV jacks and phone jacks used to go. That's a little dating myself just a little bit. Probably not as big a deal as it used to be.
Probably not.
But yeah, that's really the only things I did notice on this plan when there were some of the exterior shots. I saw some outlets up in the soffits for Christmas lights and things like that. So those are probably the only things you need to really.
I'd also look at door swings. Just to make sure that the door is opening the direction that you expect it to, and your consultant can talk you through all of that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, great questions.
All right, awesome. And then we've got Jeff saying, sorry, I joined late. Are there any seminars planned in Bryan soon? Wanting to look at the canyon. And that's what I was trying to look up for you. So we do not have the landing page up yet, because I think we're still confirming their exact details. But they are going to have one on July 26th. But you definitely do not have to wait that long to see the canyon. You are welcome to go at any point. And our new home specialist can make an appointment for you for that if you want to go see it.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks for asking. And Keith confirmed.
Yeah, Keith from earlier confirmed that he did build a Brazoria. Yeah, that happens on my phone all the time when I'm talking to people. So yeah, I recognize that autocorrect immediately.
That's funny. I've never had that happen. Anyway, with that word, I've had it happen with putting other words.
Closer to that county, and so Apple's like, oh, I know what he means.
Very cool. All right. Well, folks, thank all of you for joining us today. This was fantastic. Don, thank you and your team for putting this video together.
Rachel did a great job with this presentation. So thank you.
Not mentioned, but he did all the videography on there with ATX 17 Productions. Good stuff. Thank you to the Trail family, of course, again, for welcoming us into your home, for letting us onto your land, trusting us to do this for you. We have a beautiful home, beautiful family, and a beautiful story. So thanks for sharing that with us. Nydia, shout out to you. You did fantastic, girl. You're amazing. Joe,
shout out to Joe for being brave enough to be on.
Wandered out there at the last second. Yeah, he was there working site safety and security. That was good. Make sure that no one penetrates the perimeter. Well done.
Perfect.
And yeah, again, of course, thank all of you for watching. We hope you find these things helpful, and we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, everybody.